And Ferris Wheels makes it through again. 16 points to Indianapolis's 0. Mighty Mouse makes her initial pass. And Ferris Wheels picks up another 4 points and calls off the jam. That brings us to a 22-1 score on the first jam. That looks like Evil C on the line for Indianapolis, taking on Nonal Rolls. And a quick lead for Nonal Rolls, but Evil C is close behind. Nonal Rolls chooses to play it safe, pick up just 2 points, and call off the jam in order to hold Evil C to 0.
Looking at a timeout here called by our officials. And speaking of our officials, let's give them some love for this game. A lot of our referees, a lot of our officials working back to back to back to make all of this happen. We have Smash Ketchum, Sheba, James Joyce, Dash Ketchum, Wapner, Harleyson, Slaya, Cherry Chapstick, Anya Arson, Mother May I, Ivy Drip, Kapawi, Tombo number 5, Sparrow, Mayday, Nesquik, and Faye Your Name. Pretty much the same roster as the first game of the day. So these officials working back to make our second game happen. We'd like to thank all of the amazing Philly Roller Derby Junior families who have stepped in to volunteer this weekend. It takes a village to host a tournament, and we could never do it without you. So many thanks. Just a reminder that food is not permitted on any area of the rink. All drinks must have a cover or cap so we don't have any spills. And be sure to throw out all of your trash. We thank you in advance for your help keeping our facility clean.
It does look like there's been a little bit of a score change as a result of this official timeout. It is now 22-0 in favor of Cherry City. And out of the pack, we have Batty from Cherry City. Punky Bruiser is still working their way through the pack. Some great defense by the Cherry City wall that is anchored by number 729, which is Oliver Twisted. And Batty has picked up 4 points and is coming back around. Gets taken out on the inside line by number 42 for Indianapolis, Kitty Wampus. And Batty breaks free with another 4 points. Punky Bruiser is still working hard against that Cherry City defense. Looks like that is number 1 heading to the box for Cherry City. And there has been a star pass to number 263. But the jam is called off before they are able to score any points. On the line, we have Payback versus Mighty Mouse. And Mighty Mouse is getting a little bit of a fight from 03 on Cherry City. That is collateral damage. And Payback makes it through with a little bit of a hop on the inside line. Mighty Mouse still working hard against number 18 on Cherry City. That is Intoxicate. And Payback makes another lap, picking up 4 points. Mighty Mouse is now out on their initial pass. But Payback calls off the jam, making this a 4-0 jam and bringing our score to 40-0 in favor of Cherry City. On the line, we have Evil C for Indianapolis against Collateral Damage, who we just saw making some damage as a blocker on the track. I believe this is their first appearance as a jammer in this game. Maybe that is not Collateral Damage, but that is Ferris Wheels. So the scoreboard needs a little bit of an update. And Ferris Wheels calls it off, playing it safe and leaving us at a 0-0 jam. Out on the inside line, we have Miscreant for Cherry City, but they are overtaken by Evil C and choose to call off the jam rather than let Indianapolis score any points. They have still been successful in holding Indy to 0.
Doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You sound real good.
Thank you. On the line, we have Risky Gamble versus Punky Bruiser. And Punky Bruiser is out, making that our first Indianapolis lead, I believe. But Risky Gamble is out behind them. Punky is working hard against the Cherry City defense. A little bit of a two-wall there from 003. And our Cherry City jammer is heading to the box just as the Indianapolis jammer scores 4 points and calls it off, allowing them to start on a power start for the next jam. And Indianapolis has put up 4 points on the board, bringing our score to 44-4. 4-4-4. Starting on a power start, Mighty Mouse comes in strong and makes it out with lead. And some nice toe stop moves around the outside. Mighty Mouse, looks like Mighty Mouse is picking up a track cut from the outside pack ref, and Risky Gamble will be released back into play, along with number 1, Mini Mart.
Mini Mart, yeah.
And Risky Gamble finishes their initial pass. This jam will go the full 2 minutes because Mighty Mouse has lost lead. Risky Gamble makes it past number 12 on the inside line. Looks like we have the Cherry City pivot heading to the box just as... a little bit of an apex jump on the inside, but they are taken out by an Indianapolis blocker. And Mighty Mouse makes it out, picking up 4 points. for Indianapolis. This tough Cherry City tripod in the back is doing some work against Mighty Mouse. That was #1 Mini Marts and company. And Mighty Mouse almost makes it through, but is recycled. And the jam comes to its natural conclusion. The score is 8-8. Taking the line, we have Ferris Wheels against Evil C. This is quite a matchup, these two skaters. And Ferris Wheels with some spin moves makes it through. Evil C is not too far behind. Little bean dip on the outside, and Ferris Wheels quickly stops before heading into the crowd and calls the jam off. Looks like he will pick up 3 points on that jam to Indianapolis' 0. We have Batty taking on Punky Bruiser. And Batty is out with lead. Punky Bruiser is being held up in the back by number 720 from Cherry City. And Punky Bruiser makes it out on the inside line. Batty makes it out again on the inside line and calls off the jam. Our score is now 59-12. We have Mighty Mouse on the line against 00 for Cherry City. That is Miscreant. Both jammers are being held up by some powerful tripods, but Miscreant is out with lead. I believe this is their first time on the jammer line this game. And they are taken down on the inside line by an Indianapolis blocker and choose to call off the jam. On the line, we have a familiar matchup. That is Evil C against Ferris Wheels. Both these walls are doing a great job at staying out of the box. We have seen a lot of full, powerful walls in this game. And Ferris Wheels is out with Evil C right on his heels. Looks like a little bit of a jammer matchup here. And Evil C is called off on the track cut. Ferris Wheels picks up 4 points. And another 4 points for Ferris Wheels in Cherry City. Ooh, taking down Soul Crusher on the outside line. Ferris Wheels picks up another couple of points. Looks like 2 points and calls off the jam. Evil C will be starting this jam in the box, so that leaves a little bit of a power start for Chemical X and Cherry City. And some fantastic offensive work from the Cherry City wall allows Chemical X to get through. And they are right back in it with the defense, holding up Evil C in the back of the pack. Some great work from number 444 on Cherry City. That is Batty, along with 218 Jules Byrne. And the jam is called off. We're seeing some support in the audience for Chemical X, Intoxicate, and Miscreants. Some beautiful signs up in the windows. And on the line, we have Nodal Rolls back again against Punky Bruiser. This Indianapolis wall is doing some fantastic defensive work up in the front. That wall is anchored by number 67, Mad Max. Some great one-on-one from number 72, Poison Dart Frog. And Punky Bruiser picks up lead for Indianapolis. But Nodal Rolls is not far behind. Punky picks up a couple of points and goes ahead and calls off the jam to hold Nodal Rolls to 0 for the jam. So that is a 0-1 jam in favor of Indianapolis, bringing our score to 73-13. We've got number 64, Mighty Mouse, against Payback for Cherry City. Some great offensive work right off the line from number 03, Collateral Damage, allowing his jammer Payback to make it through the pack. And Mighty Mouse is also being held up by Collateral Damage with the help of Mini Marts, and that is 888, Risky Gamble, as well as 218 Jules Byrne. But Mighty Mouse makes it out on their initial pass. Payback makes it through again for 4 points. And goes ahead and calls off the jam, holding Mighty Mouse to 0. We have Ferris Wheels making it through with lead very quickly on the inside line. Evil C is being held up in the back, but placing some big hits, and he is sent to the box for a low block. So now Ferris Wheels has 4 points on this jam and is entering a power jam. Some amazing offensive work from the Cherry City wall, clears the entire inside line for Ferris Wheels, and he is able to make it through with another 4 points. Wow, Ferris Wheels dodges 2 blockers on the inside line and picks up another 4. Looks like this jam is starting up at the top of the pack. Maybe a little bit of a throwback to old roller derby. And looks like Miscreant is out with lead for Cherry City. Evil C is coming out of the box and is close behind on his initial pass. Miscreant calls off the jam. It is unclear whether she picked up any points on that pass. It looks like that was a 0-0 jam. Wearing the Jammer Star, it looks like Chemical X against Punky Bruiser. And there's going to be an official timeout. If you are local to the Philadelphia area and like what you're seeing here today, mark your calendar for 2 upcoming events here at the Northeast Racket Club and Fitness Center, hosted by Philly Juniors. On Saturday, April 5th, Philly welcomes New England Junior Roller Derby for a triple header with NEGRD playing both the Philly Brawl Stars and All Stars. Then May 24th to 25th, PRDJ will host the 4th annual Hoagie Roll Tournament, hosting teams from Fort Collins, Colorado, Portland, Oregon, Columbia, South Carolina, and Pittsburgh. That is bound to be an amazing tournament, so make sure you do not miss that. A giant shout out to our medical staff this weekend, Ellie, Evie, and Denise. You are all the absolute best. We are so grateful to you for your time, energy, and loving care you provide all of our skaters during our tournaments. We love you. And that's the rolling whistle, so the official timeout is officially over. We still have Punky Bruiser and Chemical X wearing the stars. Looks like both teams are starting down this jam. Indianapolis has a little bit of a pack advantage, 3-2 pack advantage.
How you doing, brother? Waiting for you to get here. Sounds
amazing. And Chemical X is through with lead. We have Punky Bruiser still working their way through the pack. They are being held up by some amazing one-on-one defense from number 18 on Cherry City, that is Intoxiskate. And we are losing a Cherry City blocker to the box. Just as Punky Bruiser comes in, let's see if they will take advantage of this small pack advantage. And they're being taken out and run back by Intoxiskate. And Punky Bruiser makes it out again, picks up 4 points. Chemical X now has picked up 4 points as well, making this a 4-4 jam. Chemical X is still the lead jammer. And Chemical X takes a small hop on the inside line around number 24, picks up another 4 points and calls off the jam, making this an 8-6 jam. Looks like on the track for Indianapolis, we have Minnie Mouse and Payback for Cherry City. Jules Byrne with some great offense clearing that inside line. And Payback is able to make it through, but not without a little bit of hold up from number 94 on Indianapolis. And Mighty Mouse is still working their way through as Payback takes another small little hole on the inside line and is able to pick up 4 points. Mighty Mouse just passed their initials, so they are now able to score. Payback comes in and calls off the jam as they are scoring. Looks like they picked up 3 points on that, making this a 7-0 jam. Yet again, we have Evil C against Ferris Wheels. This is bound to be an exciting matchup. And Evil C takes down a Cherry City blocker on that outside line. Another Cherry City blocker goes down at the hands of Evil C, and he picks up lead just as Ferris Wheels hits a little bean dip on the outside line. Oh, looks like Evil C is losing lead and heading to the box. So Ferris Wheels is now lead. Some amazing two-wall defense from Poison Dart Frog and Mad Max at the top of the pack. Ferris Wheels does makes it past, though, and calls off the jam. Looks like we're having a little bit of an official review. Philly Juniors would like to send big thanks to the staff at the Northeast Racket and Fitness Club. We love skating at the NERC and appreciate all the NERC staff does to accommodate our needs throughout the season. And PRDJ would especially like to recognize Miss Anna from NERC for all her support the past few years. We love and appreciate you so much. And thank you to all of the amazing PRDJ families who have stepped in to volunteer this weekend. It takes a village to host a tournament, and we could never do it without you. Many thanks. Love you. Another reminder that skater shoutouts are available at the PRDJ merch table for $1. You can send your favorite skater or team a shoutout.
Official review called by Indianapolis in regards to their jammer in the box for the high block penalty, questioning whether or not the contact that they made was indeed above the shoulders, which is the illegal target zone, or whether it was below that. And when the officials got together, they determined that the contact had started and moved up to the illegal zone. So the high block penalty will stand. They will have lost that review. Very quick off the line, we have Nani rolls for Cherry City, followed by Evil C. They both have picked up their initial passes, and Nonal rolls makes quick work of that inside line and calls off the jam. Wearing the star, we've got Batty for Cherry City up against Punky Bruiser for Indianapolis. And we have a timeout being called for Cherry City.
And we are back on the line. We still have Batty up against Punky Bruiser. Not an unfamiliar matchup this game. Some great blocking from the Indianapolis wall, but Batty is able to, sorry, that is not, oh yes it is Batty, is able to stay in bounds on the outside line. And Batty makes it through for 4 points. Punky Bruiser taking some one-on-one blocking from Intoxiscate. I would not want to be in their shoes, in their skates right now. Looks like Batty is out again for another points. And Batty is taken out on the inside line. Tries to re-enter the track, but is sent off on a track cut. This makes this a power jam for the jammer on Indianapolis, which is now Lilyhammer picking up a star pass. And Lilyhammer does some quick spin move on the inside line and makes it out. Lilyhammer is taken out on the inside line by Intoxiscate. Intoxiscate doing some work in the back here against Lilyhammer, who is then swallowed up by this tripod and taken out again by number 508, that is Midnight Smack. Intoxiscate is heading to the box. Maybe make this a little bit of an easier job for Lilyhammer. But Lilyhammer is still being held up in the back by this Cherry City tripod. That looks like 003 Payback, but Payback is also heading to the box. The jam comes to a conclusion, bringing the score to 15-4 on the jam, 127-23 in favor of Cherry City. And we have 3 minutes left in the half. Let's see how many more jams we can get out of this. On the line, we've got Mighty Mouse taking on Ferris Wheels. And Ferris Wheels does a nice hop around the outside line, making it out with lead. Mighty Mouse is taken out and drawn back by 888. That is Risky Gamble for Cherry City. And Ferris Wheels is taken out by an Indianapolis blocker. That is number 67, Mad Max. And Mighty Mouse makes it out on their initial, just as Ferris Wheels takes a hop on the inside line and picks up another 4 points. Mighty Mouse gets past the two blockers up in the front of the pack, just as they are joined by their third blocker coming out of the box. And Ferris Wheels also picks up another 4 points. Looks like Ferris Wheels is choosing to let this jam run long. That's not something we see often from Ferris Wheels. And he picks up another 4 points. Almost calls off the jam, but decides not to after some communication from the bench. And Ferris Wheels picks up another 4 points, calls off the jam, bringing this total score to 16-4. Taking the line, we've got Noddle Rolls for Cherry City and Evil C for Indianapolis. We've got quite the wall out for Cherry City right now. Looks like Mini Mart and Jules Byrne. Jules Byrne attempting to make some contact up in the front, but Evil C is out. Not before Noddle Rolls, however, who makes it out and picks up lead. And Noddle Rolls does a light apex jump on the inside, picks up 4 points, I believe, and calls off the jam. Oh, looks like Indianapolis picks up 4 points as well. And the two jammers shared a little moments of camaraderie. We love to see it. We've got Punky Bruiser on the line. And looks like an official timeout. Oh, it looks like the Cherry City jammer, Nonal Rolls, will be starting in the box. And Punky Bruiser is being switched out for Evil C instead. We see Intoxiscate is joining their Cherry City blockers. This will most likely be our last jam of the game, or last jam of the half. Evil C being held up by Intoxiscate, as well as number 444, that is Batty. And Evil C makes it out, picks up lead jammer. Number 444 for Cherry City is heading to the box, and Evil C makes it out on the inside line, but is called off on a back block. Looks like Nonal Rolls is rejoining the pack right out of the box and picking up their initial pass. And a little bit of a bean dip on the outside. Some toe stop work. And Nonal rolls us through for 4 points. Looks like this jam is going to go the full 2 minutes. Nonal Rolls does a little bit of a hop on the inside line and makes it out. And Evil C is rejoining the pack, coming in strong against Intoxiscate and company. And Nonal Rolls hits some jukes against number 94 Lily Hammer and makes it out for another 4 points. Evil C is taken back by collateral damage, just as Nonal Rolls picks up another 4. Some tough work from Intoxiscate. Hits the ground, but also hits Evil C out of bounds, and the two share a fist bump, so that's nice. And that is the end of our half. So we will see you in 15 minutes.
Take a break. Anything behind that, you're welcome to. There's coffee, there's snacks, there's food. So all volunteers can grab it. Cherry City up 163, Indianapolis 40. This is our second game here of day one at Philly Fest here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. For those on our live feed who may be remote viewing, this is game two. Game three, we're expecting to start around the 1:30 mark. It's going to be Mars from Hagerstown taking on Rome. Our fourth game of the day, which we expect to be around the 3:45 mark, if all goes well, will be the Philly All-Stars playing Cherry City. And then our last game of day one, around the 6 p.m. mark, will be the Philly Brawl Stars taking on Northeast Uprising. Then tomorrow for day two of Philly Fest at 8 a.m., that will be Game 6, Rome versus Indianapolis. After that, Game 7, 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, will be Cherry City versus Mars. Game 8, 12:30 p.m. tomorrow, Philly All-Stars versus Indianapolis. Game 9, 2:45 p.m. tomorrow, will be Philly All-Stars versus Mars. And then the last game of Philly Fest will be the Philly Brawl Stars taking on Black Rose Juniors at 5 p.m. Just a reminder that food is not permitted on any area of the rink. All drinks must have a cover or cap so we don't have any spills. Please be sure to throw out all of your trash. We thank you in advance for your help keeping our facility clean. Also, a reminder that if you are on skates, you must be in full gear. And for your safety and the safety of our spectators, skates are not to be worn on the bleachers.
Welcome back to our second half. I am Flomo with George Carnage. We're getting ready for some more action-packed derby of Cherry City taking on Indianapolis Junior Roller Derby. They are ready to go on the line. Posed up. Looks like we got Collateral Damage out there. We got Intox's Skate. We got Soul Crusher. We got, who else do we got? Snow Fright. And quick with the lead, we got Ferris Wheels off the inside line. Evil C will be starting this jam in the box. And Ferris Wheels goes head-to-head with one of the Indianapolis blockers, that is Lilyhammer, but is able to make it through and pick up 4 points. Both packs are at full power. Ferris Wheels hits the pack once and goes ahead and calls off the jam. Looks like he picked up 1 point on that pass, making this a 5-0 jam and freezing Evil C in the box to allow another power start for Cherry City. And that looks like Nodal rolls on the line. Nodal Rolls is out very quickly off the inside line, thanks to some offense from their blockers. And Evil C is being held up in the back by number 1 on Cherry City. And he gets his initial pass, but the jam is called off before he is able to score any points. I see Jewel Burns out there blocking for Cherry City, along with Risky Gamble, as well as Attacknid. Looks like we have an official timeout. And we are back on. On the line, we've got Punky Bruiser for Indianapolis. Small but mighty jammer. as well as Miscreants for Cherry City. Miscreant is held up a little bit by Mad Max in the front, both of them taking a tumble, but Miscreant is out with lead jam. Jules Byrne and Risky Gamble are holding up Punky Bruiser in the back. They are receiving a little bit of offensive help from number 27, that is World War Bean, and Miscreant picks up 4 points. Looks like the star has been passed to number 12, that is Ghost. This will be Ghost's first time donning the Jammer Star, but their time of glory is cut short by the Cherry City Jammer calling the jam off. On the line, we have Mighty Mouse taking on Batty from Cherry City. I see Lilyhammer bracing that tripod up at the front. Our back tripod being anchored by number 18, that is Intoxiscate. Little bit of offensive help from 03, Collateral Damage. And Batty is doing some nice toe stop work on the inside line, is taken out, but is able to make it out on the inside line with lead jammer. Mighty Mouse is working hard against that powerful tripod in the back, taking on a little bit of one-on-one blocking from number 508 on Cherry City, Midnight Smack. And Batty takes down 1-3-1-2 on Indianapolis and picks up 4 points. They are closely followed by Mighty Mouse. Intoxiscate taking out one of the Indianapolis blockers on the outside line, clearing a line for their jammer to come through, pick up some points, and call the jam off. That is making this jam a 6-1 jam in favor of Cherry City. And it brings our score to 185-41. We have a little over 25 minutes left in the half and left in the game. On the line, we've got Evil C against Donald Rolls. And Donald Rolls makes it out on the outside line. Some incredible toe stop work from Donald Rolls. Evil C is putting up a fight in the back against Intoxiscate. Intoxiscate has just been quite a powerhouse this jam, making some trouble for many of our jammers as they take a tumble themselves and also head to the box. But Donald Rolls is through again and calls off the jam. Intoxiscate is joined also by their opponent, Evil C. They are exchanging some friendly words and gestures in the box. I see Ferris Wheels is on the line, showing us some one-footed turns. Very impressive. This is going to be a power start for Ferris Wheels. Let's see what they are able to do with this. And they are out very quickly on the outside line, just as we can expect from this game. Some offense coming in from Cherry City. Ferris Wheels is able to utilize those little holes made by the Cherry City blockers and pick up 4 points. Ferris Wheels hits the middle of the pack and goes ahead and calls off the jam. Not going to leave any of that up to chance or any points in the air, so he is choosing to keep Indianapolis at 0 on that jam. Little bit of offensive work from 888, that is Risky Gamble, which allows their Cherry City jammer payback to make it through. They are followed pretty closely by Mad Max. Now this is Mad Max's first time on the jammer line this game. And looks like Payback is going to let the jam run long. Mad Max is right behind and picks up 4 points to match Payback's 4. Payback is taken out by Lilyhammer, but goes ahead and calls off the jam, making this a 5-4 jam in favor of Cherry City. On the line, we have Miscreant for Cherry City, taking on Mighty Mouse for Indianapolis. We've got a nice and powerful tripod up at the front for Cherry City. That is Intoxiscate and Batty, who we have seen jamming a lot this game. Miscreant is taking some one-on-one blocking from Snow Fright, but is able to make it out on the outside line and pick up lead. Looks like Cherry City is losing a blocker to the box on a forearm. And Minnie Mouse makes it out on the outside line, getting past Intoxiscate and company. Looks like Cherry City is losing 2 more blockers to the box, leaving just 1 blocker alone on the track. Now let's see what this blocker can do. That looks to be number 22, Noddle Rolls. Little bit of a double threat, jammer and blocker moment here. And Minnie Mouse makes it out yet again on the outside line. Miscreant also makes it out, bringing us to 8-8 on this jam. And Minnie Mouse does some great spin work on the outside, but unfortunately takes a tumble and lands out of bounds, so we'll have to recycle. But Minnie Mouse is able to make it out on the inside line just behind Miscreant, who is going to go ahead and call off the jam, making this a 12-12 jam, net 0. And the score is now 216-57 in favor of Cherry City with 20 minutes left in the game. Little bit of some dance moves from Collateral Damage, showing some spirit on the track. I believe this is a new jammer for Indianapolis. That is Ghost, taking on Ferris Wheels. And Ferris Wheels is out with lead on that inside line, using some of their classic juke moves. Ghost is taking on Intoxiscate and is able to get past them on the inside line, but is held up by Collateral Damage. Collateral Damage is now being joined by Mini Mart, and Ferris Wheels makes it out on the outside line for 4 points. Ghost is being recycled back and swallowed up by that Cherry City tripod. They are being taken back again by 888 Risky Gamble, just as Ferris Wheels makes another lap around the pack. And Ferris Wheels makes light work of that pack, picking up another 4 points. Ghost is still being held up in the back by 03 Collateral Damage. And Ferris Wheels is taken out by number 09 on Indianapolis. That is Punky Bruiser, one of our Indianapolis jammers. Looks like Ghost removed the star, but was able to put it back on after making it out of the pack. And Ferris Wheels calls the jam off. Looks like Intoxiscate is now donning the star for Cherry City. This will be their first time on the jammer line, though we have seen them do some damage as a blocker. And for Indianapolis, we have a familiar face that is Mighty Mouse. Some incredible offense work on the outside by Jules Byrne allows Intoxiscate to get through. They are followed pretty closely by Mighty Mouse. And Intoxicate is pushed out of bounds by the Indianapolis blockers and goes ahead and calls off the jam. It looks like they did pick up 3 points on that pass, but Indianapolis was able to sneak in 4. And I did not catch the call, but Intoxicate appears to be sitting in the box now, so Cherry City will be starting this next jam down a jammer. Looks like we have a timeout on the Indianapolis side. Tripod up in the front for Cherry City is being braced by 888. That is risky gamble. Some offense looks like it is being set up by Indianapolis. Mighty Mouse takes to the outside, but is drawn to the inside by collateral damage and takes a little tumble. Pretty effective penalty kill so far from Cherry City, doing a great job at avoiding the offense. But Mighty Mouse is able to make it through on the inside line. Intoxicate is out of the box and right out of the pack. Skates out backwards just to add a little bit of style to their go-around. Looks like 03 collateral damage will be heading to the box. And the jam has been called off by Mighty Mouse. I'm seeing Punky Bruiser on the track for Indianapolis, up against Miscreant. Give a shout out to some of our blockers. I'm seeing Ghost out there for Indianapolis, Poison Dart Frog, 00, that is Angel of Anger. And those 3 are doing a great job already at holding up Miscreants, but Miscreant is coming in with some power, taking down Poison Dart Frog. However, those blockers just keep on recycling. Miscreant is able to make it through on the inside line and picks up lead. Punky Bruiser still working hard in the back of the pack, but makes it right out. Miscreant taking that open line on the outside, picks up 4 points. Punky Bruiser avoids a hit from 03 collateral damage, just as Miscreant comes in for another scoring pass. Being held up in the front a little bit by Ghost, Poison Dart Frog, and Angel of Anger, doing a great job at giving Miscreant a little bit of a challenge. Unfortunately, they are out of play, so they will have to let Miscreant go. And they're able to pick up another 4 points on that jam. Punky Bruiser is still working hard against Jules Burn and collateral damage. A powerhouse 2-wall right there. They're being braced by 729. That is Oliver Twisted. And Miscreant picks up another 4 points on that jam. Looks like the star has been passed to Ghost. This will be the second time that Ghost has picked up a star pass this game. They're faced with a little bit of trouble at the back from 03, but they are able to get around. However, 03 is able to recycle them and draw them back again. That is a 20-0 jam for Miscreant, but they will be starting the next jam in the box. Sorry, that's 20-4 for Miscreant. I see Ferris wheels out there with the pivots. I'm not sure if we've seen them blocking so far this game.
Special shout out to all of the photographers who are here this weekend. Your photographs not only make these skaters look amazing, but they provide them with special keepsakes that will last a lifetime. We are thankful that you have chosen to spend your time and share your talents with us. Drew Wiedemann, Andrew Keys, Ross Sieber, and all of the other league photographers who are with us. Thank you so much. And it doesn't stop there, because I'm finding out that we have our friends from Hit Squad TV here this weekend. We have Lloyd Knox right here in the crowd. Now, Lloyd's not paying attention to us, or he's giving us the cold shoulder. But we do have Hit Squad TV here taking those famous video films, those skater highlight films that we are used to seeing. So keep up with him as well. And a big thank you to everybody who is out here making Philly Fest possible. Be here Saturday, April 5th. We will be taking on our friends from New England Junior Roller Derby for a triple header, with them playing both the Philly Brawl Stars and the All Stars. Then May 24th and 25th will be our famous tradition of Philly Hoagie Roll. That will be the 4th annual Hoagie Roll right here at the Northeast Racket Club, hosting teams from Fort Collins, Colorado, Portland, Oregon, Columbia, South Carolina, and our friends on the other side of Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh Derby Brats. JRDA regional playoffs this season will be in York, Pennsylvania, hosted by Black Rose Juniors, June 21st and 22nd.
Looks like we are starting on a power jam for Indianapolis. That is Mad Max out again for the second time. And I believe this is Mad Max's second time picking up lead as well. I could be incorrect about that, but they are taken out on the inside line and drawn back by Ferris Wheels, who we have seen jamming quite a bit this game. And they are met up with Ferris Wheels again up at the front of the pack, along with Chemical X. Mad Max being careful to make sure that their feet are all the way out of bounds before recycling in order to avoid that track cut. And Miscreant is back in contact with the pack, being held up by Lily Hammer. And now they're meeting that Indianapolis tripod at the front. That's Poison, Dart Frog, and company. And Miscreant makes it out for their initial pass. Mad Max is still being held up on their first scoring pass. Decides to call off the jam, play it safe, and not allow Cherry City to score any points on that jam, seeing as that they have already picked up the 4 that they needed. So that jam is now 0-4 in favor of Indianapolis. We've got Soul Crusher bracing that tripod in the back for Indianapolis. And Minimart is bracing in the front for Cherry City. On the line, we have Punky Bruiser and Noddle Rolls, and Noddle Rolls is out very quickly off that inside line. Props to their offense for being able to clear that open for them. Looks like Indianapolis is losing another jammer to the box, making this only 2 jammers that Noddle Rolls needs to get past, and they are through very quickly again. Noddle Rolls is coming in on their second scoring pass as Punky Bruiser is still fighting hard, and Punky Bruiser is almost out and makes it past 888 Risky Gamble. Noddle Rolls decides to call the jam off. A little bit of a smile to the bench there. I'm seeing Mighty Mouse out there blocking for Indianapolis, along with Ghost and Poison Dart Frog. And Collateral Damage does some damage on the outside line with a juke. We're seeing Ferris Wheels blocking. Looks like Ferris and Collateral have made a little bit of a switch. Collateral takes down Poison Dart Frog. Goes down himself, but is able to get back up and keep fighting in the pack. Looks like we have Mad Max jamming for Indianapolis, and they're still fighting hard to get that initial pass in the back of the pack, being held up by Ferris Wheels, number 3, and 777 Attacknid. And Collateral Damage is out again. Looks like Indianapolis is losing a blocker to the box, maybe making this a little bit easier for Collateral Damage on this time around. Mad Max is being drawn back yet again. And they are past the defense on the outside line, but they are being recycled by number 3, Ferris Wheels. Looks like Ferris Wheels is proving to be quite the triple threat on Cherry City. Taking Mad Max out yet again, drawing the back. And Collateral Damage is being drawn back as well. Takes a little bit of a hit to the inside line and decides to call off the jam. That score is 11-0 in favor of Cherry City. We are now at 279-73 with a little bit over 9 minutes left in the half. On the line, we have Chemical X up against Punky Bruiser. Chemical X has been quite the force on the track as a blocker this game. They're still fighting their way through up against Lily Hammer from Indianapolis. And they are past Lily Hammer, picking up their initial pass. Punky Bruiser does have lead jammer status, is still fighting their way through on their first scoring pass and makes it out on the outside line. They are choosing to call off the jam. Let's see if Cherry City scored any on that. Looks like Chemical X picked up 1 point on that pass, making this a 1-4 jam. Looks like we're seeing Payback on the line with the Jammer Star. Up against Mad Max yet again. Mad Max is making a more permanent position on this jammer rotation this half, and we are happy to see it. Looks like Payback is out with lead. Mad Max being held up in the back by Jules Byrne and company. That looks like 888 Risky Gamble, as well as number 22, Noddle Rolls. And Mad Max takes a big hit from Jules Byrne, hits the ground and is up quickly, being drawn back. and re-swallowed up into that incredible tripod that is Jules Byrne, Ferris wheels, and noddle rolls. Just as Payback makes another pass through the pack and picks up 4 points. And Payback is able to juke to the inside and pick up another 4 points, just as Cherry City loses a blocker to the box. Ferris wheels hits out Ghost, who is now the jammer for Indianapolis, and brings them back. This is going to be the 3rd time that Ghost has picked up a star pass for Indianapolis. Payback is out again with some footwork on the inside line. And Ghost makes it out using a very similar move. Payback chooses to call off the jam. Score on that jam was 14-0. We are back on after that team timeout. I'm seeing Mighty Mouse on the line for Indianapolis. Our Indianapolis tripod is being raced by Rapunzel. It looks like Batty for Cherry City, but Batty is being drawn back. Again, they are being drawn back. That is Evil C. Evil C was a staple in the gem rotation in the first half, but we have not seen him very much in this second half. I'm happy to see him back on the track, and Batty is through. They did not pick up lead as a result of a no pass, no penalty. So now Mighty Mouse is out and picks up lead. Batty is being held up by Lily Hammer. Lily Hammer is taken out by Intoxiscate. And Mighty Mouse comes into the pack, causes a little bit of a commotion with Mini Marts. Is being held up by Collateral Damage. Batty is out again with 4 points, or 3 points. Another no pass, no penalty. And again, they pick up 4 points. Mighty Mouse has also added 4 points to the board on that last pass. Looks like Batty attempts a little bit of an apex jump, but is unsuccessful as a result of the Indianapolis blockers. Some wonderful one-on-one blocking from the Indianapolis blocker, that is Death Pixie, but unfortunately Death Pixie is heading to the box on an out-of-play call. They will be joining Evil C in the box as well. Looks like Batty is picking up another 4 points.
What's that? I don't see why not.
Looks like number 014, that is Evil C, is leaving the track, unfortunately.
Hey, and while you're here, make sure you let your family and friends know when they are at home that they can watch this weekend's action on YouTube. Just go ahead and look up Philly Roller Derby Juniors on there, and you will find their YouTube channel. It will be live streamed all weekend. We would again like to thank all of the officials who are here this weekend, and I believe the roster of officials in this game is working back-to-back from our previous game, so they are pulling double, maybe even triple duty here in the upcoming games for today. Without you, this weekend would not have been possible. The skaters are so grateful for your time, support, and guidance as they navigate this game of roller derby. Looks like we are taking some positions here on the track. Just about 3.5 minutes left to our second game of the day. And a reminder for those who are coming in late that if you are on skates, you must be in full gear. There are no exceptions to that rule. And for your safety and the safety of our spectators, skates are not to be worn on the bleachers. We thank you ahead of time for your consideration in that matter. Safety does always come first. And again, if you are joining us here in the venue later on than this morning, just a reminder that food is not permitted on any area of the rink. All drinks must have a cover or cap so we don't have any spills, and be sure to throw out all of your trash. We do thank you in advance for your help keeping our facility clean. We do love being able to have our events here at the Northeast Racket Club and would like to keep the owners happy with our league. And on that note, we'd like to give them a big shout out as well. We'd like to send big thanks to the staff here at the Northeast Racket Club and Northeast Racket and Fitness Club. We love skating here at the NERC and appreciate all the staff does to accommodate our needs throughout the season. PRDJ would especially like to recognize Miss Anna from the NERC from all of her support in the past few years. Miss Anna, we love and appreciate you so much. Derby as a whole, and Junior Derby especially, is very heavily reliant upon volunteers in all facets to help make this work, from our officials, photographers, announcers, medical staff, and venue hosts to give us what we do so our skaters can come out and do the thing that they love. Mark your calendar for 2 upcoming events here at the Northeast Racket Club and Fitness Center. If you're in the area, join us in person. If not, go ahead and follow our YouTube channel for those live links for our streams. Saturday, April 5th, we will be welcoming New England Junior Roller Derby for a triple header. New England playing both the Philly Brawl Stars and the All-Stars. Hey, there's a rolling whistle, so that's taking us out of this timeout and back to our game. We are looking at about 3.5 minutes left to our second game of the day. Cherry Blossoms 309, Indianapolis 84.
Looks like both jammers are starting in the penalty box. Mighty Mouse has been released first and is taken out on that inside line by number 729. That is Oliver Twisted from Cherry City. Mighty Mouse taken out yet again by 508 Midnight Smack. Let's see. Nonal Rolls is being drawn back, being hit out by Lily Hammer and drawn back again. Both of these jammers are getting a little bit of soul crushing done. Looks like neither of them has made too much progress yet. A couple of very strong walls we have here. Mighty Mouse being taken out again, held up by number 1 Mini Marts. And Mighty Mouse is out on the outside line, picking up lead. Nonal Rolls is not too far behind. Mighty Mouse hitting right into that seam, but Miscreant and Mini Marts are able to absorb that impact, keep it low, and they are taking out Mighty Mouse on the outside line. Nonal Rolls is not having much more success up in the front with that strong Indianapolis tripod. That looks like number 24 on Indianapolis. That is Snow Fright. I cannot see the number of the other blocker, but they are both doing such a great job. And they are being braced by Lily Hammer. Looks like there's been a star pass to Miscreant. Miscreant taking on 2 Indianapolis blockers up at the front, but is able to make it through. Looks like Indianapolis is losing their pivot, Lily Hammer, to the box. Mighty Mouse still working hard up against that tripod in the back, and the jam is called off. That takes our score to 313 to 87. We have just over a minute left in this half. On the line, we have Mad Max and Ferris Wheels. Risky Gamble bracing this Cherry City tripod up in the front, and Ghost bracing in the back. And Ferris Wheels is out very quickly. A little bit of a sweep from his blockers allows for an open space on the outside line. Mad Max is fighting up against Chemical X, Jules Byrne, and Risky Gamble, just as Ferris Wheels makes another pass on that outside line. Ferris Wheels hitting a spin move, collecting all of the points of those blockers, bringing the score to 8 on the jam. Mad Max is still working on their initial pass. They're being taken out and drawn back by Risky Gamble. Looks like Mad Max is being called off on a track cut, but so is Ferris Wheels. Ferris Wheels makes it to the box first, so that means that Mad Max will only have to sit as long as Ferris Wheels had to sit. And they are both back in action. And Ferris Wheels is out very quickly from the box. Looks like this jam will go the full 2 minutes. And Ferris Wheels with some nice toe stop work on that inside line. Makes it through again. That's 16 on the jam to Mad Max's 0. Mad Max is taken out again by 0-0-3 on Cherry City. Payback. Ferris Wheels taking down number 72, Poison Dart Frog, and picking up another 4 points. Looks like Cherry City is losing Jules Byrne to the box. And Ferris Wheels comes through again, hitting the middle of that tripod, doing a little bit of spin work around the outside, but is re-swallowed again. And that is the end of the game. Ferris Wheels ending on a fantastic jam that is 23-0. And our unofficial score is 338-87.